All right, traders, I'm doing an update here for everyone on Bitcoin and the majors. We did one earlier with the Forex team. So here's the thing. Let's start with the top down when we look at the monthly. Now, just like we noted on some of the alts today, whether you're looking at, we talked about NEO or SALT, a lot of weekly cycles, a lot of daily cycles that are turning up. And it's very similar on the weekly and daily cycles of Bitcoin. That's starting to roll over those two cycles, and that's pretty meaningful. So, what I wanted to talk about, just real briefly on the monthly level, there's still a lot of angle and distance here between where price is trading and the 8. All right, but this is pretty common. This is what Litecoin, Ethereum, all these bull markets, they're still just in the very beginning. These charts are very young. So this is a monthly chart. We're pretty extended, no doubt. But what's important to note is just this monthly low. And if we take that out on a monthly level, then you could fall back to the 8 just based on the monthly chart. I wanted to try using this this annotation tool. But we call this right here, this single red or bearish candle, happens to be purple in this case, but this is called a BCI in our model. It's a bearish candle ignored. And what that is when you have a run like this and you get one single candle, that this is all the effort that the bears could muster, and then the bulls take it right out on the next candle. It's just this one little single bar or candle right here, and it gets taken out. A lot of times that BCI will mark the middle of the move. So if I look at the start of this move about here, it was about halfway through the top of this candle up here. So, my target's kind of been 7,500 once we broke out through 5,000, and we basically failed there exactly. So I think when we look at the weekly and daily cycles, it would make sense if this is an intermediate term top, and then we have, there's definitely room to have a pullback. Now, when we go to the weekly level, nothing's changed here other than the cycle, really. I mean, we're still making higher lows. I did talk about this being the 8.6 frequency that exists. So our 8.6 count on this type of wave structure, which is the same that the global business cycle is on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, and then it's 8.6, so this is basically be the 9th candle. So I wouldn't be surprised this is a cycle low. It could get a cycle top here with the top of one of these turning points. So that's giving me a lot of reason to think, after anytime, I don't care what time frame you're looking at, when you have 8 candles up in a row, you need to be taking profits. So people that are long above 7,000, they're doing the complete opposite of what they should be doing. You should be raising Tether here. You should be raising USD. So you have cash for the pullback, or you have cash to put into some of these altcoins when they start to turn the corner here, if and when they do. And then what I also wanted to say about the weekly was this weekly cycle's done a pretty good job of capturing a lot of the moves here. I mean, we crossed here, we had a good run, take some profit. Okay, we cross here. You could be buying into here, but this was the majority of this last cycle up. So if this weekly rolls over, it's been a pretty good rhythm. I mean, here's the move up. And just because the cycle crosses doesn't mean you crash and go into a bear market. Cycle's about the rhythm of time. So you can go sideways with price, while the cycle comes down and then take off again. But I mean, this is a nice rhythm. So this could easily roll back down with the weekly cycle. So this is very important that the weekly cycle is high. Another reason to be taking profit. When we go to the daily level, now the daily's already started to roll, guys. So you can see that, right? So that oscillation is swinging the other way now. And an oscillation is an equation of motion. So if you understand physics or you want to apply some mathematics to some of all this, that's exactly what the equation of motion is. It's complex dynamics. So an oscillation is one of those movements or cyclical kind of wave formation types of topics that we talk about in our model. So that's turning back down. And the other thing on the daily also is, sometimes you hear me guys talk, this is a swing line setup where you could follow on the way up each candle's prior low. You can see that each one of these candles has been above the prior candle's low up until this one right here. So this was the first candle that took out this candle's low. But since here, this low has been higher than that low. This low was higher than that low. This one was neutral. And so you just step it up until boom, right there. You get a tiny little candle at the end of this move, kind of shows exhaustion, and then boom, take out the low. So this is trouble. And then we got to watch this 8. I just told everybody in the room, this 69 to 7100 area, if we can't hold this right here, and you have a cycle that could be rolling over, you could easily pull back towards, you know, this higher low location relative to these lows. So you could easily have 3 to 5 day pullback, easily, with this cycle. So we took a lot of profit up here. All right, we raised a lot of USDT tether, and then sitting on some cash also. So I think that's a smart way to do it. And then, you know, you can move into some of the alts here also, especially if we break 7,000. That's how we're going to play that, guys. The way. So you can see this is our last buy. Take profit, take profit, take profit. So still going to play a core position, but if you take half off, 3/4, you can always get back in, but you don't want to be hitting the bid down here 2 days from now when everybody else is selling. So I'm raising more cash. You know, if we pull back, we take out today's highs. Maybe I'll put it back on. But this is what I'm watching right now, the 7,000 area. All right, guys, hope that helps.